This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show. We are back on track. Sebastian Maniscalco on the other end. I'm Pete Correale. Let's have some fun, bro. What's going on?
I want to hop into what happened to me yesterday at a pool party. Let's say 4 families there, kids, in the pool. Kids are ranging from the ages of the youngest being Caruso at 3 years old to the oldest being a 12-year-old. So I'm in the pool, and some of the older kids are older, 6 and 7. Water guns and water balloons. They're throwing them around, right? So I'm in the pool, and I get hit with a water balloon to the head.
Whoa, man. Balloon.
And I'm getting shot with a squirt gun. And it's the kids.
Yeah.
Now, growing up, I was like afraid of other parents, right? Like that I didn't know. Like this family that was there, we didn't really know them. This was the first time we met them, and the kid was 6, and he's launching balloons at my head.
It's a different time, bro. He's probably calling you Sebastian too. What happened to Mister? Even to this day, I see a neighbor who comes to my show. They're in their 80s now. It's still Mrs. Guglielmo, Mr. Smith, It's, hey, Betty. What the fuck? She's like, I tooted you. It's not Betty. So you don't even know this kid, let alone... this is unbelievable, bro. That's like an assault.
Yeah, I found it quite jarring. To your point, this new kid today is extremely casual and laxed with adults. There's no shine of respect, right? I remember
by 10, they think they're equal to you by 10. I swear to God, it's unbelievable. What do you remember growing up? Tell me. Hide your sock. Hide your sock. Hide your sock. Trying to do a show here, guy. Holy shit. Can you at least give the illusion you're wearing shoes?
Do you have shoes on right now?
I do, baby. Of course I do. Got my sneaks on.
Oh, God, you got shorts on, bro. Hide the knees.
Oh, God, I'm wearing cargo shorts and my indoor Skechers sneakers. Yeah, I have to, when you go out, like, it's a process to appear cool. When I'm home, I'm not, sometimes you FaceTime me. I'm like, guy, what are you, crazy? I'm wearing my Walmart glasses right now. Nobody sees this shit. But when you were 10, what? When you were young, what?
Even hanging around the neighborhood, like you, even to this day, I call my neighbors, Mr. Papadilla, Mrs. Ford, the whole thing. So, and if I was in a pool with them, I certainly wouldn't be chucking and launching water balloons at their cranium. This is...
right. Unless they hit you first and you're like, oh, Mr. Papa, he's having a water fight with us. It's going down. You like you're walking by with a white wine, he fucking hit you in the head. Is that what did the parents say?
And this is...
Did they say it?
Yeah, they're aware of it. So I'll give you the flip side. Serafina had a water balloon, and it had a little hole in it. So she was squeezing it, and she was hitting one of the adults in the back of the head, just like with a little stream of water. And I say, Serafina, we don't do that.
Nice.
Father said, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Now, I feel if the parent disciplines the child and the adult overrides that discipline, then, okay, Serafina could spray him with the thing. But
perfect.
It's got to come from the parent first. And I'm just shocked that there's this casualness now with adults and kids that never used to exist growing up. And I think that's why America is failing.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's the parents dropping the ball, but I want to get back to what you were saying about the neck thing, because you bring up a good point. Because like the other day, I'm in the pool, pool we use here at the Shorewood, and Sadie's now playing out on the grass, and she's got this big tube, and another kid starts jumping on it, and the mom looks at me and doesn't look at me and says to the kid, "That's not our tube. That's not our tube." And then I go, "No, it's fine. It's fine." And then she let the kid go on it. Right now, I was fine with it, but there are times, like if that was water hitting my neck, and you said, "Serafina, we don't do that," I may go, "Oh no, she's fine. I'm just being polite, guy. I really don't like the water on the neck." So do you think he might be saying to his wife, "Fucking kid kept doing it, and he just let her"?
No, you're right. The tone in which it was said was, "Don't worry about it," because I know this guy. He's cool. He's laid back. He don't care. It's like, he don't care.
Was he the same father of the kid that hit you in the face?
No, different guy. And that guy's cool too. I had nothing against, but I'm just saying, I don't know what happened in the society, and maybe it started when we started calling adults by their first name, which is another whole story in itself. It just seems like there's a casualness, and this is leading me into my second story in regards to casual behavior. Lana and I were at the farmer's market yesterday. Early morning, we wanted to get there because there's these strawberries that sell out quick, bro. I mean, these strawberries are so good. It's like the line is like equivalent to Justin Bieber tickets going on sale. I mean, it's around the block.
Strawberry line. Wow.
Strawberry line. Yeah, they're called Harry's Berries. Best strawberry I've ever tasted. Best strawberry. It's out here in Los Angeles. And
I've had delicious strawberries, but even a strawberry at its best, I ain't waiting on a line for it. I don't wait online for fruit, bro. I don't wait online for fruit. That's unheard of.
You haven't had this fruit. Believe me.
All right, I gotta try this when I come to town. I just can't imagine waiting online for fruit.
Imagine.
It doesn't seem like you either. It doesn't even seem like you. I mean, the pizza thing, that person was making those special pizzas, that I get, where, they're making them at the house, you told me. Mm-hmm. It was hard to... But strawberries, what are we talking? Just like knees buckle when you bite into this?
The equivalent, growing up, I used to have a strawberry. I used to sprinkle sugar on it and eat it.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of having a sugar strawberry with no artificial sugar on it. It's just that sweet. All right.
Wow.
And I don't know what they call these strawberry, the little what are those little, they're like little thorns on it. The dots on the strawberry. What are they called?
Like the little fuzzy seed sort of stuff, you mean? Or the green part?
The red strawberry, and it's got like these little gold dots all over the strawberry. What makes a strawberry strawberry, right?
Right, yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but they're like really coarse. It's almost like if you brushed up against the strawberry, it's like reading Braille, right? That's how that's how like out they are. It's delicious. Anyway, I send Lana in to go get the strawberries at the farmer's market. It's outdoor farmer's market. I said, go in, get it, come back, and then we'll go park the car. So we go in. Now, I take the kids in a wagon, mainly Caruso. Serafina doesn't sit in a wagon, but Caruso sits in the wagon. And we put food on one side of the wagon. Caruso sits on the other. So anyway, we're walking through. I got to get some vegetables. I got to get this. I got to get that. And by the way, I'm sitting in line. And there's like a type that goes to the farmer's market in L.A. It's like a, how do I put this? lot of like granola types, you know, that just don't eat. They eat like seeds for dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people that look kind of like they need sun. You know that, and no one showers. You know, like they roll out of bed and they're at the corn on the cob station. You know.
With their coffee. Yeah. The other thing I found too much about the farmers markets in LA, too many dogs. Let's leave the dogs at home. They don't need to come carrot shopping with you, all right?
That's true, but it's funny you mention. I didn't see a lot of dogs, and I don't know if they put a restriction on it. I don't know. I didn't see a lot of dogs, but I definitely know what you're saying. But there's a definite, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm at a slumber party when I go to the the farmer's market. So we're there, and I don't know. I just want to get the stuff and get out of there. But you know, Lana, she's oh hi. She knows everybody. Like Lana knows everybody from the school. There's a lot of parents from the school were there. Hey, wave and talking. So she's talking to this group, this family. I go over there. And, you know, guy, I'm sorry that I got to work on myself. I know that. But the talk is a lot of mundane talk, you know, like just nothing really sinking your teeth into, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just very surfacey. We went to, you know, Legoland and, you know, what are you doing this summer? That type of stuff. I can't, I need to hear something. Like, tell me, my husband had an affair last night. We had to discuss. You know, like, I just need to hear something that's worth sinking my teeth. Anyway.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah. So, one of the kids, he's around Caruso's age. He's in pajamas. He's in his pajamas.
Yeah.
At the farmer's market. And I had a whole story in my head based on the pajamas. I kind of sized up the family from there. Going, the kid probably came down, didn't want to change into normal clothes. The parents got no spine, so they let the kid come out in pajamas. This is what I'm doing. While this woman's talking to my wife, I'm sitting there and I'm diagnosing their family. Do you do this?
Yes, when you're out in pajamas, right away, I'm making a decision in my head what's going on and why. Yeah. Okay. Because, again, it's going right to you let your kid wear pajamas. Again, I don't want to get political, but if your kid decides they think there's something else, you're the one that'll go, okay, let's go to the doctor and start working. They're not your equal. So if they don't want to wear pajamas, I don't give a shit. Like Jackie will sometimes compromise with Sadie about something. I go, Jack, it doesn't matter. She just is because she's 9 and I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you fucking wear your pajamas. No, sorry.
No, that's it. No, it's the parents that have to say, no, we're not parents. So anyway, I'm doing this analysis in my head. The kid, again, talk about casual. He's around 4.5, right? Is one of these kids that, I don't know, wants to push the wagon with Caruso in it and my food. Like, he's like, I want to push the wagon. I want to push the wagon. No, I'm sitting there. Now my face starts to morph into, like, disgust.
Why?
Again, I take this 8-9 steps down the road. It's the farmer's market. There's a lot of people at the farmer's market. There's a lot of station tents. They have these little tents and whatnot. If a 4.5-year-old wants to push this wagon, and I know that one of the wheels on the wagon is not particularly in alignment, so you got to have some, strength to keep the thing straight. This kid's going to take this thing for a spin. Next thing you know, he knocks over another kid. He knocks over the vegetable display. I'm just adding it up in my head. I know where these things go before they even go there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and he's hanging on the wagon. I got this thing locked. I just kicked the lock, so now the kid can't move it. But he's trying to move it, and he's hanging. I want to push the way. Now again, I would expect the mother, the father wasn't there, but the mother to go, Frankie, come on, like, okay. They will leave, and we start walking. And again, Lana's like, it's like the mayor waving to people, and she goes, "Are you John?" And he goes, "No." Like she's even like, she so wants to talk to people. She's just hoping that is John on a slight chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I love it. Very friendly.
Very friendly. So we run into this family again. Now the father's there, and then the kid again is wanting to hit. Now he figures out how to unlock the thing, and he starts taking Caruso. Now I again have a face on me. The family leaves. Lana comes up to me. She goes, "What? You got a problem?" I go, I'm sorry. She goes, your face was so embarrassing. I said, I said, I got no excuse. I go, I was completely in the wrong. I did a whole scenario of this family, not even knowing them. I just did a scenario and the whole thing. I go, I know that was completely wrong. Okay. Right. She goes, you just gotta, act, just be present, engage. I said, he had pajamas on. She goes, what? I go, the kid, he had pajamas. I go, it set me off into a whole world that you don't even know about. Bro, I feel like I'm doing this a lot, where my wife goes, why are you so quiet? Because I'm off in another planet. And that planet, nobody's on it but me.
Right. So this is all based on the kid being in pajamas, just making you upset. So what was the face you're giving off? Like a look of just if someone looking at you, they'd be like, "Let's go, baby. He doesn't want to be talking right now." Oh my, bro! The face you're giving me right now looks like I owe you money, and I'm giving you an excuse why I don't have it. And you look like a loan shark face. That's not even I don't want to talk. That's a get out of here.
With sunglasses on. And sunglasses and that face. Bro, I look like Cobra Cabretti. Can we pop up Cobra Cabretti? Preferably with the toothpick hanging out of his mouth and the sunglasses. I think it's on actually the movie poster. But this is how I look. We're gonna pop it up. We're gonna pop it up here. And I knew it, and I could not get out of it. I was trapped in this look because I was running the scenario through my head. In the fact, bro. Bro, that's how I looked at the farmer's market at 9 a.m.
That does not look like a look of fun running into you guys. Oh man, bro, you gotta. If you can't turn it around in that situation, you just gotta do a quick step away from everybody. You have to start. I've been doing that a little bit myself lately. Just walking away from the whole thing if I can't take it.
Unannounced, just a drift off, or do you go? I gotta go, or
I told Jackie we were at the pool and the way these kids were jumping off, I had a problem with it. They were all too close, and Jackie's like, they're fine. And I'm like, I gotta walk away. It's bothering me. And then the other day, she was making small talk with a father who our kids do something together. And I did like you. I walked over, arms folded, for a second, and it was small talk, and it was not going anywhere. And I just did the walk. I did the walk away because I wasn't in it. And then Jackie's like later on, she's like, "You just walked away." I go, "No, I wasn't even in it. I was hanging out. No one was talking to me. It was kind of boring. So I'm not just going to stand there." But when you stand there and look like that, you're putting Lana in a tough situation. You just get all that energy out of there, bro.
No, I agree. I'm not saying I was in the wrong. I let my mind get the best of me.
Yeah, but you're not in the wrong because what are you doing in pajamas in public? What is going on in this country, bro? One town over, they're in pajamas at 1 p.m. Going. It's like losers everywhere. I'm sorry, that's not political. That's just. I can distinctly remember my father coming in from mowing the lawn, going, "What the hell? You still in your pajamas? Get up!" Watching Scooby-Doo at 11:30, knowing this ain't gonna end well. You ever do that? Where you're like, "Oh God, he's gonna come in and flip out," But now, can you imagine my father coming in and going, "Keep on your pajamas. We're just gonna go to Marshall's for a second."
Bro, it was so different growing up. I remember sleeping on a Saturday morning, and my door was open, and my father would just be in the doorway staring at me. And the presence was so thick in the room that I woke up. He didn't say nothing. It was just him looking at me with that Cobra Cabretti face.
Yeah.
And he said, "No one makes anything out of themselves who sleep past 8 o'clock. And get up." And he walked away. And that was the end of it.
Should be a poster, man. Nobody. I remember one time watching TV, and finally my mother coming in going, "Your father's out there doing all that yard work, and you're just in here. You should go out." I'm like, "All right." And I went outside, and my father's, I'm right in front of the garage, and he's walking across the driveway, right, with the lawnmower thing going to dump it. And there was a wiffle ball bat on the ground. And I'm like, "Hey, Dad, you need help with anything?" And he goes, now you come out of here. And he picked up the wiffle ball bat and threw it at me, one of them plastic skinny ones. And I had to jump over it so it didn't hit my legs. He goes, "Get the hell out of here now. I don't need you now." And I just stood in the garage for like an hour, just waiting for him. Feeling like a zero.
Yeah, when you're like shunned from your father when you're trying to help him,
right?
It's like you got nowhere to go, and you just want to linger just in case he needs a hand. Like you just,
and he wants you to linger. Like if you went, "Oh, okay, you don't need me now, sorry," and then biked away, forget it. Yeah, it's totally same thing. You linger. If he goes to grab some of you, "Need help with that, Dad?" Like, get the hell out of here,
Oh God!
But then you knew 3 hours from now you're gonna be having a laugh with him, and there was no middle ground with my dad. It was either great time, or I feared him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No gray area, and there's no fear. That's what I'm saying. In this new parenting, there's no fear of the father, the mother. They're very complacent. They're very accommodating to the kids, and I don't believe that should be the case. So that was that. Then we went to the movies, the Super Pets thing. The kids saw this Kevin Hart, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I fell asleep 10 minutes into this thing, and I'm going to give a parent tip here. It's a pro tip on parenting. Kids might get you run down a little bit. you're lacking sleep for whatever reason, I gotta tell you take them to a movie. It's a beautiful 2-hour nap.
Yeah.
Just get in your Z's at the movie. Right. And this is one of these movie theaters where there's the recliner, so it reclines all the way back. And I want to get your take on this. They give you a blanket. What's your take on a fully grown, almost 50-year-old man wrapped in a blanket at a movie theater?
I got a problem with the reclining in the chair, let alone the blanket. It's all just a little too much, man. You know, you're doing a wipe on the... I mean, I feel like you're watching a movie in a first-class Delta seat. It's comfortable, but it's also, you know, germy, right, bro? It doesn't seem like something you would be comfortable in on that level.
Bro, I tucked myself in like I was at home.
With the blanket? Is it come in plastic to show that it's been cleaned and
It's cleaned. It's one of these things where it goes through a cleaning process. I don't know exactly, where or how they do this, but everything is, definitely sanitized and clean. And it's a clean place. I mean, it's not like, anything. Why you go in a first class plane? You wipe down the seats?
I did the head thing. I still do the head thing, and I know it's. Look, I'm barely ever first class, but where I am, it's fantastic. It's so comfortable, but it's not my own couch, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Listen,
I don't know where I'm going with this, bro. I'm still not comfortable with any of this. I want the listeners to know the past few shows I've been flattered, and I know. I'm working on it, man. Working out some kinks. I'm literally doing it to you, and I feel like you think you're doing it alone right now. I don't like the setup too. I feel like I'm Leno. Yeah, no. Tell me more about the fucking farmers market. In fact,
what do you need to feel comfortable over there? You look like you're, bro. You look like Johnny Carson.
I need the old setup. I need the old setup where I'm getting more and more comfortable. Yeah, but I don't want to look like Johnny Carson. It's like too much for me. I feel all right.
Well,
I have no excuses.
Do you need a dip off?
I'm all right with that, thanks. If I do, I just will. But that's a good call. I appreciate it, bro.
I felt like you reached the ceiling with the last one hitter, and you got to replenish. No. That's not. I'm not reliant on that, man. Just something I do here and there. But yeah, okay. We know that you're not reliant. You don't kind of well, no, I only do it because. Okay.
Well, you just made it sound like No,
I don't know. Maybe you need to take the edge off and.
Right. Do a dip. Yeah.
Do a dip, bro. I tell you what. Last week, I don't know, 2 days I did a little chocolate. Yeah. Get me through the day. Just I'm experimenting here. With daytime highs and what have you. Wait till my mother hears this. I'm gonna get another text message. You're getting high during the day now. What did I raise? Yeah, take a half a piece of chocolate. It's so much so. See, I told you. It's just dip off.
Nice. There we go.
What is that thing you got on the desk there to your right? That white? No. Is that your right? Yeah. Yeah. What is that?
My coffee.
Oh, a coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The setup is. Listen. The setup is the setup. It's going to take a while to get used to. Don't get frustrated over there. I might be in another chair next week. I don't know. All right?
I like that. You look comfortable. You look very comfortable.
I do. I do feel a lot more comfortable than I did with that white screen behind me and that lazy boy. So
yeah,
that was my weekend. What's going on? What do you got over there?
So no, but getting back to the movie thing, when you watch a movie and you got your kids there too, you got Lana on one end, you on the other end. It is a perfect sleeping situation because they can't even get past you without climbing over you. So everything is tight, perfect, air conditioned. I'm surprised you're using the blanket though. That throws me a little bit.
It was a little chilly in there, and I needed to get some. I'm the type of guy, when I take a nap, I need the accoutrements of a nap: a pillow, a blanket, laying down. Not one of these guys that could just knock out in a movie chair. I could never sleep in an actual movie theater chair.
Yeah. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, or if you're up first and you're down in the kitchen, when you first see Lana in the morning, if she comes down, when you go to bed at night, do you always kiss good morning and good night?
Good night. Generally in the morning, one of us is up before the other person and we're off and running, so there's really no kiss in the morning, unless we wake up and we're together in bed. But generally speaking, every night is a kiss. Good night.
Kiss good night. Yeah.
What, is this something that you're implementing?
If Jackie goes to bed before me, she'll if I'm in the living room with her, sometimes she'll good night, give me a kiss. But overall, recently, I was saying to her, she comes down in the morning and I go, we don't kiss good morning and good night, And she's like, you don't have to kiss good morning and good night. I go, you have to. It's like, you don't realize it, but just it starts and ends everything. And then she hits me with, well, you don't like to cuddle when we watch TV on the couch, which, what am I, 15, really, with cuddling? I got my coffee, I got my hobby, I got things going on. I can't be doing a cuddle under the blanket. I don't think it's practical, right?
Yeah.
And then she says, and you don't cuddle at night, which is not true. I try to cuddle, but she has hot flashes, and she's like, it's too hot, get off of me. So you can't compare both. So we're going to put that aside. That was her excuse. But I wanted to know if you do kiss good morning, good night, and if you think it's something that should be a habit.
Well, now that you mention it, when we're in the kitchen and we reconvene after wherever, she went to go work out and I went to go do some work. When we're with the kids in the kitchen, there's a hug and kiss good morning. Not necessarily right when we get up in the bed, but in the kitchen, give her a little peck on the cheek or on the lips and whatever. That happens quite frequently.
Yeah, see? I was heckling Jackie the other day. I go, okay, roomie. And she's like, what does that mean? I go, we're roommates. So, we do it, but I remember my dad coming home from the train, and every time he'd always kiss my mom. You know what I mean? It was like, not like a lean over, just like that. So, I don't know.
Is anybody doing that though? No, if you're married over, 5 years, is anybody doing a full makeout standing up in the kitchen anymore? Is that
sometimes I'll grab Jackie and give her a big, not a makeout, not tongue, but a big long kiss, only because my kid's around. And I want my kid to think that that's normal. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what you do. I'm instilling that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Lana and I drop the kids off at school every morning, and we try to pick them up together every afternoon. All right? Just our thing. Right. Now, I pull up in the drop-off lane. I sit in the car, and Lana takes the kids into the school. Now, I'm in the car. Other parents are on the sidewalk talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I haven't really got out of the car and participated in the sidewalk talk with the other parents just because it's the morning and, my coffee's still kicking in and I'm checking some emails and whatnot. So I turned one morning and I saw these and they waved. And then I was still in the car while they were still talking. They were literally right outside my car window. And I told myself, I said, I should go out there. Right? Because if Lana comes out and she sees that I'm still in the car and all the families that we generally talk to are on the sidewalk, she's going to go, come on. So I go out there, and they've seen my comedy. I did the comedy for the school, so they kind of know. I do a whole bit about chit-chatting at school and how it's so, mundane, and, oh, you had COVID. Did you have any symptoms? I go through that shit.
Right.
So they kind of know, and jokingly, oh, you came out today, huh? I said, yeah, I got, I wanted to come out and see, what the other parents talk about. So we're sitting there looking at each other, and no one was saying anything. I said, all right, good talking to you. And I went back to go into the car because, no one was saying anything. But I came back out, and this is what I'm noticing at our age. I feel like a lot of parents, and I'm probably one of the older parents there, but I'd say after you turn 45, a lot of the conversation between men is what's bothering them physically. Do you notice this?
No, I don't. I got to be honest. I don't.
No?
I try to... no. I think you do. I mean, when I talk to you...
maybe it's just me. They go, what's going on? And I'm like, shot in my knee, shot in my back, I don't know. I'm giving them like a little medical rundown.
So it is you.
Maybe it is me, and I open up the conversation that way. So then, but I feel if you open up the conversation, what's wrong with you? Other people then all of a sudden start opening up what's wrong with them, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It gives them if I came and I said, God forbid, I'm going through a lot of, I got diabetes right now, right?
Right.
And I got diabetes, like no one wants to be the first one.
Well, you bring up a good point. Like if I had like testicular cancer and I wanted to keep that to myself as long as possible, whatever. And then I'm talking to you and you start telling me about a back problem and I'm like, oh man, so I really hope you get better. And you're like, thanks, man. It's been a real struggle. If you found out later on that I had testicular cancer and had it during that conversation, would you be like saying like to Lana going, I'm sitting here, taking his sympathy, acting like my whole life is so hard. He had cancer and he's not even telling me. It's like when I shared mine, he has to share his.
It's got to be equal to or greater than in order for you to share. So if I come at you with a back problem and you got cancer, can't, that doesn't compare. If I say to you, Pete, I got brain cancer, and you go, fuck, I got testicular cancer. It's like, if it's in the cancer family, I believe you could share that. But if it's like, oh, my knee hurts, and then you go, I got Alzheimer's disease. It just, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't lead with a knee and you tell me that you got like some big disease.
So, but if you lead with a knee and I hit you with a big disease, isn't that my way of saying we don't need to hear about your knee anymore, right? Because if I had Alzheimer's, I'm like, because you're going to have to tell me about that knee again anyway. Oh, sorry, I can't do that. Somebody got mad about that stuff too. I apologize.
No, can't do that.
Oh.
Do that double. Put that in double. do a repeat of that.
But you're saying it's got to be, you can't all of a sudden, you come back with testicular cancer, you're taking this conversation in a whole different direction. Yeah. I'm hitting you with a casual back situation.
Yeah,
not casual though, bro.
No, it's not casual, but what I'm saying is like it's a back situation, but I don't think it's the equivalent of getting diagnosed with a cancer or lymphoma or leukemia. That's in like a special category. If I hit you with a knee, you go, oh, your knee, my elbow. That's equivalent.
That's equivalent. So I don't want to roll with guys who do that as. I mean, when you do it on the cast, it's very funny. It's all these methods and these things that are going on. But just in general, I don't like hanging with the guy that when I'm hanging, he's like, oh, I got a shoulder problem. We're all breaking down, okay? So you break down with your wife at home. You tell her about everything. You do your Bengay. When you're out, you're just out. That's how I feel. Because that shit makes you older.
You're right. But I'll tell you what happened. Based on the fact that I was sharing, it brought out some other sharing. So I said, I got this PRP in the knee and in the shoulder. The guy throws back at me, I had PRP in my skull to initiate hair growth. So I've heard about this where they do this blood replacement therapy in the head, and that's supposed to stimulate hair growth. Now, this opens up a whole door for me because I hit him back with, I had a hair transplant, right?
Right.
And now we're talking about hair. So it's like these morsels that you drop, and I feel like once you're a little bit more comfortable in who you are, you could start bringing some of these things to like basically strangers. I just met these people this year. But I feel like when you start opening up about yourself, and it doesn't have to be anything physical. It could be anything that has happened to you. It's kind of like on this cast, like I could open the next conversation with, what's your take on kids wearing pajamas in public? You know, these are the topics I would like to discuss with other parents. Right. I mean, wouldn't it be refreshing if someone came up to you in a conversation, like the guy at the pool that your wife was talking to? If you came up and your wife is talking to him and he goes, excuse me, Jack, 1 second. Pete, what's your take on kids wearing pajamas? You're like, I'm in, right?
I'm in. Yeah. Yeah. I always love when a parent's with me, you know? Like I had it out again the other day with the lifeguard because the pool's it's freezing again. And then the lifeguard's up on the stand and he goes, there's a new kid up there and he goes, so we haven't had it on in a week. Some people were complaining that it was too hot, right? So I go, well, now you got all these kids hovering around it. No one's going in it. And then a woman yells out from across the pool to me. She goes, it was hot one day last week and it wasn't even that hot. I don't know why it got turned off. I don't even know you, lady, but I love you now.
Oh, yeah. You gotta
love that. You know, you gotta love when someone's giving you the support head on. Now, I want to ask you, when this guy said he had PRP for the hair and then you hit him with that you had a hair transplant, if I was hanging and then I slid in right now with speaking of transplants, I had a hip replacement. Is that like that? We're talking hair and now you're coming
hey, bro, you're in a totally different part of the body, man.
I don't even know the medical small talk. See, I thought that would be
bro.
You're doing hair replace, hip replace.
No, the only key word there is replace. You got to keep it hair. Now, if you said, you know, I know a guy that had gorilla hair put in his head, you know, like it's still in the same conversation. Right. When you go hip, we're like, all right, what are we gonna do with that? I mean, like, you know, unless you had a story that went with the hip. If you came back with, I had my hip replaced because I got shot in the hip on accident at a party, then we're like, oh, let's drop the hair talk. What happened to you? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're coming in with a story that's greater than or equal to what we're talking about.
All right. Then I don't know how we ever get off hair.
What do you?
I feel like I can only talk if I got a hair thing. I got to wait till it goes off hair before I can join in. I mean, because, you know, like if I didn't get a hair treatment thing,
yeah,
or if I didn't just shave my hair because I didn't want to do that stuff, I feel like I can't even get into your medical conversation till it somehow slides off a hair to another body part.
You could do it. This is how you do it.
All right.
If you're ever in a conversation and the topic, you don't have any stake in it. You never had a hair transplant. You're not going bald. You don't care about what the methods are, but you want to get involved in a story. You want to tell a story that you have that's not associated with hair. This is how you do it. You go, it's funny you guys mentioned that. I was talking to my buddy last week. He just had a hair transplant, by the way. and I was telling them about, and then you go into your story. So you connect it. It's a bridge, bro. It's a bridge.
I love it.
And then you skip out of here, and now you're into, hey, you know, we went to vacation on the Bahamas, and my wife had food poisoning, and then boom, you're into a whole different topic.
I love it.
Yeah, it's an art form.
And I only thought of it because you guys were talking about hair transplants. I was talking to my buddy the other day who had a hair transplant. Oh God, we were laughing because I was telling him about my hip, and then you guys go, "What happened to your hip?" No, what do you mean? No, I feel like that was what you're saying. A slide over.
That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
that's beautiful. I love it, bro.
And now that's a method. I'm into that.
Yeah, because there's times where you're in conversations and you don't have any skin in the game, and you find out that it's boring. As a listener, you're like, this is boring. It ain't going anywhere. Land the plane, and you want to like add some flavor to it. You know, I don't see anything wrong with adjusting the conversation to where you want to go.
I've sometimes done the old, I don't mean to change the subject, but last week, and then just go right into something different, you know? And I sometimes feel like other people at the party are like, oh, thank you for doing that. So, but I hear you, the smooth. By the way, while I was bringing up the pool, I wanted to ask you, last weekend, a parent came to the pool. We didn't have our kids, ironically. Our kid, Sadie, was at camp, and they didn't have their kids. But the guy still brought a pool float that he had to blow up there to chill out on himself, a donut. And there was a part of me, I was telling Jackie I should have brought my float. And then Jackie was like, then what, then the two of you men would be out there floating? So what's your take on bringing a pool float to a pool without a child?
Oh, bro, that's worse than wearing a blanket in a movie theater. Bro, you're bringing your own. So you're telling me you're sitting there blowing up a float with your mouth in front of the whole pool?
I wasn't. This other guy was. But I'm not going to lie to you, Jackie, we got this giant round float for Sadie. It's so big, it don't fit in the car. So I got to bring a pump, an electric pump, and they have an outlet behind the shed at the club where we belong. And I plug it in, fill it up, and roll it out into the pool. And I went to grab it to put it in the car. Jackie and I were going to the pool one afternoon without Sadie because she was at camp. And Jackie's like, hey, you're going to bring a fucking float by yourself to float on? I was like, I thought it'd be nice, no kids. And she's like, oh my God. So I didn't. And when I got there, there was a guy in a donut. And I don't know if he blew it up there. His fit in his car, so he just had it. I don't think he blew it up there.
When you saw him in the float, how did you feel?
I joked with Jackie. I go, God, when there's even myself, I go, Jack, just being here without a kid, I feel like this is weird. It reminds me when I was a kid. You ever like being in a pool and there's a grown man in there, like a public pool, but he's not with kids or anything. He's not doing laps. He's just like, no, pedophile, get the fuck out, right?
But the way the guy looked on the float, did you then have second thoughts of going, oh, wow, that don't look good. That don't look right. Aside from the kids. If I saw a guy, bro, if I saw a guy bring in a float on his shoulder, to a public pool, I'd be ripping on this.
It's a club. It's a country club on the lake. You know what I mean? But it's public as far as we're all there. You're not alone.
So if you come in to the pool with a float on your shoulder, this is what you're gonna see. I'm sorry.
Why are you judging? Because I got to tell you, when the guy was on the he jumped in, he was swimming around, and then he hopped up on the donut. So it's one of those donuts with his ass in, is like that, and he's got his shades on. The pool is on the lake. There's no one else in the pool. I'm up with Jackie back here looking at him. I'm going to Jack. I should have brought that float, man. I did, honestly, right? The minute a couple of kids jumped in, and now you're a grown man floating in a pool, God. And you don't know any of these kids, and like you're floating near them, they're playing, and your feet are there, and you got to do this, bro. You ever see that when you put your arms out, and you do the paddle and get your feet? Get the fuck out of the pool, guy. Kids are using it now. There are kids using it now. Get out, unless you got a kid. So,
God, bro.
And that grossed me out.
No, oh God! When you put it like that, where kids and then they get floating, and he might not even know where he's at, and like one of his feet hit a kid in the head. Fuck that, bro. That's you should be arrested.
And if I went in with mine and he was in, and I got my shades on, maybe I start closing my eyes. Oh God, the floats bump each other. we got to do a little push away. Oh God, I can't.
Oh God, bro. If I'm a parent and I'm there with Serafina and Caruso, and I see two men in rafts in the pool floating together, I tell my kids, don't go in the pool yet. Wait till they get out. Oh God.
Not only that, I know you're just like me. I'd be looking at Jackie going, what the fuck are those guys doing? Get out of the pool. The kids want to go in. Don't they see the kids want to jump in? It's weird that you're in there.
Oh God. Bro, I got a heart out. I got to take off.
Right.
Always a pleasure. Guys, I'm Patreon. Membership is growing. It's growing so much we might have to cap it off. I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever done. I don't know if anybody ever done this, but we might have to top this thing out. Just go ahead.
We did take that one person off that we suspended, right? From last week.
We haven't done that yet, but that's still a possibility.
All right. But no, thank you all for listening, man. Signing up. I'm unbelievable, bro.
Yeah, it's been a blast. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again for listening to the Pete and Sebastian Show. We are out.